Hello my dear students, today we are going to see numericals of lesson number 4, effect of electric current. Now here in this video I am going to show you solved examples as well as the example which are there in your exercise. So first question is, heat energy is being produced in a resistance in a circuit at the rate of 100 watts. The current of 3 ampere is flowing in the circuit. What must be the value of the resistance? So first of all, we'll write given. So in this question, what is given? First is the power which is represented by P, which is 100 watts. Then current is given. Current is represented by I, which is 3 ampere. We have to find resistance R. Solution is, now we already know power is equal to I square R. This is the formula. Now we have the value of P, we have the value of I, we have to find R. So therefore R is equal to P upon I square. We'll substitute the values, that is 100 upon 3 square, which is equal to 100 upon 9. So when we will divide 9 by 100, I'll just do a small rough work for you. It's a very simple calculation. 9 tens are 9 11s are 99. 1 will come here. As I will give you decimal, 0 will be here. Again 9 ones are 9 minus, again 10 minus 1 is 9 is 1. Already decimal is here, so I will put 1 more 0. So 11.111 is the answer for this question. So I have written 11 ohms, approximately 11.111 will be the resistance required for the circuit here. So round figure I have written 11 ohms. We are going to see the next sum. 2 tungsten bulbs of wattage 100 watts and 60 watt power work on 220 voltage potential difference. If they are connected in parallel, how much current will flow in the main conductor? Now first of all, we'll write given. Given is what? Power of first bulb I have represented as P1 is equal to 100 watts. Power of second bulb, it is represented by P2, which is 60 watts, and potential difference represented by V as 220 watts. Now students, here we have to find how much current will flow in the main conductor if 2 different pairs of bulbs are attached in parallel. Now solution is, for the first tungsten bulb we know the formula, that is P is equal to V into I. So we will substitute the values. 100 is equal to 220 into I1. I1 why? For the first bulb, so it's written I1. So therefore I1 is equal to, that is current for the first bulb is equal to 100 upon 220. Just 0 0 will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 5s are 10. 5 upon 11. Now here I have for you I have done the calculation here. 11 divided by 5. Now 0.6 So the 0 will come. 11 fours are 44. 50 minus 4 is 44 is 6. Here decimal is there, so I will put 0 here. 11 5s are 55. 60 minus 5 is 0. 60 minus 55 is 5. Again I will put 0. 11 4s are 44. Again the answer will come 6. Again 11 5s are 55. So here 5 divided by 11, answer will come 0.454545. It is a recurring answer. We have studied in algebra. It is a recurring term. So I will write here I1 is equal to, that is first, we will write current for first bulb, it will be 0.45 amperes, right? Now this formula you can see in your textbook on page number 48. That is P is equal to V into I. Same way we are going to find current for the second bulb having power 60. Same formula, P is equal to V into I. We'll substitute the values. 60 is equal to 220 into I2. Therefore I2 is equal to 60 upon 220. 0 0 will get cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. That is 3 upon 11. Again for you I have done the calculation here. 11 divided by 3. Answer is coming 0.2727. Again this 2727 term is recurring. Therefore current for the second bulb, it is 0.27 ampere. Now what they have asked in the question is how much current will flow in the main conductor. So current, here we have to find one term as a one term. So I will write here the total current flowing is equal to current in first bulb plus current in the second bulb, which is equal to I1 plus I2, which is equal to 0.45 plus 0.27 is equal to 0.72 ampere. Therefore we write the answer 0.27 ampere current will flow in main conductor when two bulbs are connected in the parallel. I hope students you are getting what I am telling you. Next question, we are going to see who will spend more electrical energy. 500 watt TV set in 30 minutes or 600 watt heater in 20 minutes. Now students, with the help of this question you can find energy consumed by any electrical appliance in your home. Means each and every electrical appliance, on that appliance it is printed that how much power that particular appliance is having. So it is very helpful for you. So we'll see. Given is power of TV set, which here I have represented by P1 as we are comparing two appliances. So power of TV is 500 watts. Time consumed by TV is 30 minutes. Now this 30 minutes here I have converted into 66 here I have converted into seconds. Now 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Therefore 30 minutes is equal to how much? So 30 minutes into 60 seconds is equal to 1800 seconds. Power of heater, that is P2, which is equal to 600 watts. Time for heater, that is time consumed for the heater, is 20 minutes. Again here 20 minutes I have converted into seconds. So 20 minutes is equal to 1200 seconds. What we have to find? We have to find which appliance is using more electricity, TV or heater. So for electricity I have symbolized by E1, E1 for TV and E2 for heater. Now we know the formula which is given in your textbook, that is electrical energy E is equal to power into time, power of that appliance into time. So for TV it is E1 is equal to P1 into T1. By substituting the values we get TV, if it is run for 30 minutes, it consumes 9 lakh joule of energy, right? Same way we are going to find for heater, that is E2 is equal to P2 into T2. That is, this is for heater, that's why I have written here P2 and T2. By substituting the values, that is 600 into 1200, we get electricity consumed by heater, it is 7,20,000 joule. Unit of electrical energy, it is joule. So when we compare both, we get answer. Thus TV set consumes more electrical energy. Therefore I have written E1 is greater than E2. Next sum we are going to see. Fourth sum, an electric iron of 1100 watt is operated for 2 hours daily. What will be the electrical consumption expenses for that in the month of April? Now see, this question and the earlier third question was same. In the earlier question we just found out how much electricity is been consumed by TV or a heater. Here we are going to find out the electricity consumed by electrical iron, as well as we are going to find out how much money it has been spent on the use of electric iron. Now here they have given the electric company charges is rupees 5 per unit. Now see students, how we know that we measure the water in liters, we measure weight into kgs. If we want to measure the distance, we measure in meters or kilometers. Same way, if you want to measure how much electrical energy has been consumed, the unit is been used, so that each unit have a charge, means 5 rupees, 10 rupees. So this is a domestic charge. For the industrial they have some another criteria. So what is the question? Just assume that you are ironing the clothes daily for 2 hours, for example, and the power of that iron is 1100. If that you are ironing the clothes daily for 2 hours, so how much electricity will be consumed by just ironing for the month of April? Now month of April means April is having how many days? It is having 31 days, right? So we will see what is given to us. Sorry, April is having 30 days. If we will calculate on the hand, we know now how to calculate. We just have to hold, and you will say it is the upper part like this. This January, February. So we will write, given is what? First is power, it is 1100 watts. Then time, 2 hours daily. Now 2 hours daily, first this hour we will convert into minutes and then minutes into second. So 1 hour is having how many minutes? 60 seconds. So 2 hours will have how many minutes? 120 minutes. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 120 into 60, it will be 7200 seconds. So I have directly done here 2 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. That is 7200 seconds. We have to find electrical power, right? electrical power. So formula we know, it is given in your textbook. Electrical power is equal to energy upon time. Now power is what? 1100 is equal to energy we have to find upon required time, that is 7200 seconds. So we will write energy is equal to 1100 into 7200. Answer will come what? This is your answer. That is 79,20,000 joules. Thus, the total energy consumed in the month of April. Now, how will write? Here I have written E dash. E dash for what? Energy consumed in the month of April. Now, E we know. That is, this is the E. That is energy consumed by iron. But for 30 days it will be how much? So E into 30, the answer is coming this one, right? So students, I know this value seems to be very big, but we are going to convert this, right? So here the value is coming 23 crore and 76 lakh. We will convert. Now for looking, this amount looks too big, so we will convert into a smaller unit. Now we know, if you will see on page number 49 of your textbook, we know that 1 unit is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. Now 10 raised to 6 means what? In front of here will be 6 zeros. So, or we also know that 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 units. Therefore, we will convert this huge value into this value. That is, we will bring it to minor one. So it will be what? So that's why we will write this amount is equal to, we will divide it by 3.6 into 10 raised to 6. 10 raised to 6 means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. That is the given amount. That is this 23 crore 76 lakhs we are going to divide by the amount of 1 joule. So here this 0 will get cancelled. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 zeros will cancel. Okay, right? Now your calculation I will show you. Calculation will be how? See, here I am writing 2376 upon 3.6 multiplied by 10. Answer will come 36. So here I will do the cancellation. 36 ones are 36. 36 6 are 216. Okay, so I will minus this 216 from 237. Answer will come what? 7 minus 6 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. That is 21 answer will come. So this 21 I will write for this 6. So again it is coming what? 216. So again 36 6 are 216. So answer is what? 66 units. So I will write in a statement. Therefore, 66 units are consumed in the month of April by an electrical iron if it is worked for 2 hours daily. Now they have told that cost of 1 unit is 5 rupees. So we can find how much money it will consume for the 1 month. So that we will write, therefore total electrical consumption expenses for the month of April is 66 unit into 5, that is rupees 330 rupees. So therefore students, with the help of such example, you can also find expenses we are spending on each of the electrical. Now dear students, we will see the solved examples in your notebook. These examples in your textbook, they are already there in your textbook. I am just revising it. So the first question which is given on page number 50, it is a 6-meter long wire made from a alloy nichrome is shaped into a coil and given for producing heat. It has a resistance of 24 ohms. Can we get more heat if the wire is cut into half of its original length? Means the original length is what? 6 meters. If we will cut into half, means if we will make the length of the wire into 3 meters and we will shape into coil, so will we get more heat? That is the question. For getting energy, the two ends of the wire are connected to the source with a potential energy of 220 volts. Now your given is resistance R is given, that is 24 ohms. Potential difference, that is V, it is 220 volts. What we have to find? If the wire it is cut into half, that is 3 meters, then how much heat it is going to produce. Now here solution is there. Coil of whole wire, formula is which is given in your textbook, that is power is equal to V square upon R. So by substituting the values, we'll get the answer 220 square upon 24. So here 220 square is what? We'll write 2 zeros and square of 22 is 484. So the power P, that is the power used by the wire, or the power wire is having when it is 6 meters, it is 201 watts. This power is for when the wire is 6 meters. Now that same wire we have cut into half, and at that time, so coil of half length, that is 3 meters. So P is equal to, same formula we are going to use, P is equal to V square upon R by substituting the values. Now here, if we are making half the length of the wire, so we are going to make half of the resistance also. If you will see in the question, resistance is 24 ohms. As they have told, the length of the wire has become half, so the resistance is also going to be half, that is 12 ohms. So by putting the values, again it is what? 484 upon 12. Yes, so we get the answer 403 watts. Hence we come to a conclusion that this means more heat will be obtained after cutting the wire into half. I hope you have got my point, my dear students. Now the second sum in your textbook, it is a cell is connected to 9 ohm resistance, because of which heat of 400 joule is produced per second due to current flowing through it. Obtain the potential difference applied across the resistance. Now given is what? Given it is, first is resistance, that is R is equal to 9 ohms. Then heat at 400 joule per second means the power generated, we can say, which is equal to 400 joule per second, means 400 upon 1. How we will read this? 400 joule per second. We have to find the potential difference. Now again we know the formula. Here it is already given, that is P is what? P is equal to 400 upon 1. We know the formula, power is equal to square of potential difference upon resistance. We will substitute the values, that is P is equal to 400 is equal to V square upon 9. As we have to find the potential difference, so we will bring this potential difference to the left hand side, and this 400 will go to the other side. So V square is equal to 400 multiplied by 9. Here V was square, so to remove the square, what we do? We put square root. So if I will say that putting square root on both the sides, square root of V square will be V, and square root of 400 into 9. Square root of 400 is 20, square root of 9 is 3. So therefore V is equal to 20 into 3 is 60 volts. So the potential difference across applied resistance will be 60 volts. Now we will see the next sum. Actually the sums are very easy, so you don't need to worry. Okay, the next question is, an electrical iron used a power of 1100 volts when set to higher temperature. If set to lower temperature, it uses 330 watts power. Find out electric current and the respective resistance for the two settings. The iron is connected to the potential difference of 20 volts. Now see students, there are two conditions. Same iron, when it is set to a higher temperature. Higher temperature, we know our irons, they have a small knob to increase and reduce the temperature. So when it is when the temperature of the iron is increased, the power used by iron is this, and we reduce the temperature of the iron with the help of that knob, because we have variety of the clothes. Cotton clothes need very high temperature, whereas silk clothes, rayon, they need very low temperature, otherwise your cloth may burn. So a adjustable knob is there in the iron. So when the iron is set in the lower temperature, it uses 330 watt power, means low power it is using. So what we have to find? We have to find out the current and the resistance for both these settings, at the higher temperature as well as at the low temperature. Potential difference is 220 volts. So given, I have written a potential difference is 220 volts. Power at high temperature, I have mentioned it is P1, which is 1100. Power at low temperature, here I have mentioned as P2, which is 330. And we have to find the electric current at high temperature. Here I have mentioned as T1. So sorry, it is I1. And current at low temperature I have mentioned as I2. Resistance at high temperature R1 and resistance at low temperature R2. So solution, we know Ohm's law. I is equal to P upon V. So this is our formula. Given in your textbook. By substituting the values, 1100 upon 220, which is equal to 5 ampere. This current is for the highest temperature. For Lower temperature, same formula, power upon voltage, it is 330 upon 220. It is coming, the 0 will get cancelled and answer will come 1.5 ampere. For resistance, we'll use V is equal to IR, but as we have to found resistance, so we will use R is equal to V upon I. By substituting the values, we get resistance at high temperature, it is 44 ohms, and resistance at the low temperature, it is 146 ohms. And the last question of your textbook, solved example, again very easy. An electric tungsten bulb is connected into a home circuit. The home electric supply runs at 220 volt potential difference. When switched on, a current of 0.45 ampere flows through the bulb. What must be the power of the bulb if it is kept on for 10 hours? How many units of electricity will consume? Again students, you can use this example to find out how much electricity or how much bill is coming because of one particular appliances. Here they have used electrical bulb. You can use any appliances you want. So what is given? First is given potential difference, that is 220 volts. Current, it is 0.45 ampere. And units of electricity we have to have. If that bulb is working for 10 hours, then how much unit that bulb will consume? So solution is power is equal to potential difference into current. So the potential difference we know it is 220 volts into 0.45 ampere. Answer is coming 990 volts. The bulb must be of power 99 volts. Now for 10 hours it is using. So for 10 hours what we will do? 99 volts into 10 hours. Answer is coming 990 watts an hour. So we will convert it into kilowatts. So how it will be? We will divide it by 1000. That is what? 990 divided by 1000. 0 will get cancelled. So answer is coming 0.99 kilowatt per kilowatt horsepower it is using. I hope students this video will be helpful for you. Thank you very much.